So be curious to every single feeling you have, every single thought you have. Be curious to what the thoughts are telling you is real. Be curious to who is the thought talking to? Who is the one believing in the thought? Because that's a thought too. So it's like, it's so bizarre. It's like a mirror conversation, with a mirror. The thought is talking to the thought. You bump into a door and you say, clumsy. Who is that assuming that bumping into a door is who being clumsy? Who's being clumsy? And who's telling the who that the person is clumsy, that the thing, the one is clumsy? It's so bizarre. It's thoughts conversing with thoughts. There's no one there. There's not you there to bump into the door. And there couldn't be anything but bumping into the door, because you did. If you have I shouldn't have bumped into the door, are you sure about that? Question that. Are you sure? Are you sure about that? You clearly did. So are you sure that you shouldn't? Are you sure that you shouldn't? Question everything. Be curious to everything. So what I also would like to talk to you about and really have you understand is that don't try to be forceful. If you have that sense of somebody being somewhere, you're aware that, okay, there's no me. I know that. I know it's all thoughts about thoughts. I know that. And I still have that feeling about somebody being somewhere, some agency being somewhere. I don't know where, but I have that feeling. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't be forceful about anything, because that is just emphasizing what you don't want, what you resist persists. So if you have that sense of somebody being there, it's fine, completely fine. Allow yourself for things to be as they are, and just stay curious. Keep questioning your experiences. Keep questioning the validity of your experiences. What do you experience that you really believe to be true? And how do you know that is true? Because the majority of what is going on is assumptions. If I'm sitting and listening to a sound right now, I will hear a sound and immediately the mind will put a label on it. The first post-it. It's going to put a label on it. It's a bird, or it's a dog, or it's the wind, it's the rain. And that label is removing me, it's like pulling me out of reality, because I'm limiting my experience to a bird, or to a dog, or to rain. You see where I'm going? So be curious to everything. Every single thought you have, be curious. Do not condemn anything. Do not try to make anything go away. Just allow whatever is to be there. And if you have that sense of agency, that there's somebody or something there, it's fine. It's completely okay. You're not in a rush. You're not in a rush. This is not going anywhere. And you are awake anyway, You just have all the layers on top of it. And it's about being curious to the layers. And why are you in a rush? It's one of the pitfalls when we talk about the fetters, because there are 10 fetters, and then the ego immediately go into the striving, into wanting to get there as soon as possible, as quick as possible. It's not how it works. It's not how it works. And if you have a constant comparison with where you are and where you assume you're going, you're just completely locked into ego. Where you are is where you are. It's completely fine. You're not further along or behind anyone or anything. There's nobody wiser than you, and you're not wiser than anybody. It's just assumptions. It's just assumptions, nothing else. In reality, there's just a flow. And there's no rush in figuring that one out. It happens. You're gonna see it when you're gonna see it. Some people work very diligently towards that awakening, and it's not gonna make them go any quicker, because you can have, complete regular Joe, never ever meditated, never known anything about awakening, or never read any books about spirituality, and one morning he or she wakes up and they're just awake.